It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. Buhari has a duty to release Nnamdi Kanu. No need to beg him. A pan-Igbo sociocultural organization, Nnamdi, has said that President Muhammadu Buhari need not to be pleaded with to release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from the custody of the Department of State Service, DSS. Within Nigeria, had reported that Buhari had disclosed that he will consider the release of Kanu after traditional and religious leaders in the southeast asked him to grant amnesty to the IPOB leader to de-escalate tension in this zone. Buhari made the remark during a meeting with some southeast leaders under the aegis of highly respected Igbo greats led by the First Republic parliamentarian and Minister of Aviation, Chief Mbazulike Amaechi, at the State House, Abuja. Amaechi pleaded with the president to release Kanu rather than opt for military actions. We recall that the breakaway agitator, Kanu, is facing treasonable felony charges preferred against him by the federal government of Nigeria before Justice Binta Muritala Nyako-led Federal High Court in Abuja. Reacting in a statement by its Director of Media and Publicity, Mr. Edomobi Promise noted that the president is not doing any favor to Nnamdi by the promise but doing what he is supposed to do. The group maintained that there was no reason at all for arresting the IPOB leader in a Gestapo manner and demanded for the trial of all those that abducted him from Kenya. The Nnamdi advised against people visiting President Muhammadu Buhari on behalf of Nnamdi without discussing with anybody. The socio-cultural organization also noted that it is killer herdsmen, bandits, and Boko Haram that should be targeted by Buhari and not Nnamdi Kanu or the Yoruba activist Sunday Igboho. According to Nnamdi, let Buhari release and apologize to Nnamdi Kanu for the unlawful kidnapping by the federal government. Professor Nwabueze issued a brief statement yesterday saying, "I applaud your decision to consider Nnamdi Kanu's release, despite the fact that, as you stated in your statement, granting the request will have serious consequences." Igbo leaders and serving ministers led by First Republic Aviation Minister Chief Mbazulike Amaechi met with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Aso Rock, Abuja, and pleaded for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the detained indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader, who is on trial. In response to the Igbo leader's plea, the president said in a statement issued by his special advisor on media, Mr. Femi Adesina, that you have made an extremely difficult demand on me as the leader of this country. The implication of your request is very serious. In the last 6 years since I became president, nobody would say I have ever confronted or interfered in the work of the judiciary. God has spared you, and I have given you a clear head and a very sharp memory at this age. A lot of people half your age are confused already, but the demand you made is very heavy, but I will consider it. And this was the news as per Nnamdi Kanu's release, of which the Southeast leaders had actually gone to pay President Muhammadu Buhari a visit so as to discuss on how to release him, that is to find a political solution to the detainment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is still presently at the DSS facility. And this has actually been ongoing for quite a while now, while the Southeast leaders have been appealing to the indigenous people of Biafra and their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to allow the gubernatorial election in Anambra State to hold after they are directed that there will be a sit-at-home order for everybody in the Biafra land. And due to the plea of the Southeast stakeholders, which they have actually said that they are going to ensure that the federal government, looks for a political solution to address this situation. However, that they should stop their sit-at-home order so that they can intervene. And this the IPOB had complied with, and that is one of the reasons why the Southeast leaders had made a bold step yet again to visit President Muhammadu Buhari at Abuja so as to discuss a way forward. And then getting there with the chairman of the Igbo leaders, Professor Ben Nwabueze, senior advocate of Nigeria, where he talked to Muhammadu Buhari about the release of Nnamdi Kanu so as to restore back peace and stability in the southeast. And during a brief, he says that he applauded the decision to consider Nnamdi Kanu's release, that is President Muhammadu Buhari applauding them and saying that this is one of the things from him, that he does not like to interfere in anything judiciary, and that was why he had stayed clear from anything concerning Nnamdi Kanu, even during his extradition from Kenya back to Nigeria, and saying that the lines between the executive arm and the judiciary arm is quite different, and they have separation of powers, and that is why he doesn't want to interfere in anything concerning the separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu, who is still at the DSS facility. Remember that during his trial, of which Justice Bita Nyako had adjourned to January 2022, that a whole lot of his lawyers and even Southeast leaders were denied access into the DSS facility. And this is one of the reasons why these people are of the opinion that if truly the president and the executive arm does not have anything to do with the with the case, then the DSS shouldn't have taken full control of the court, as at when the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu and the stakeholders, as Southeast leaders, were denied access into the courtroom. However, President Muhammadu Buhari has actually said that he will look into the matter. Southeast. The group maintained that the crisis rocking the region is instigated by the actions or inactions of certain forces embedded in the current federal administration in Nigeria. Therefore, it says that any political solution to the crisis is a welcome decision and is no way an interference with the judiciary, because the president, through his Attorney General of Federation, instituted the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. First and foremost, the crisis started when the president refused to accord the Igbo nation the constitutionally mandated and required equity and equality of Nigeria by not considering anybody in the southeast to head any security under his watch. Nobody from the southeast is holding any command or leadership position of a security institution under this current dispensation. The over 60 million Igbo citizens of Nigeria were practically pushed out of Nigeria by Mr. President when he did not trust any Igbo person for appointment of or into any strategic dimension as one of the security chiefs under his government. So, Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB are just mere manifestation of the deep-seated collective angst of the Igbo nation, instigated by marginalization and apartheid policy of President Muhammadu Buhari's exclusionist policies targeted against Igbos. So, it is Mr. President that caused the problem in the first place. So, he should resolve it by releasing Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and ending the systematic persecution in the High Court of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu's alleged offences, which is broadcasting through his IPOB radio station in the remote part of London, is not up to 50% of what Nasir El-Rufai or Sheikh Gumi have done and said against Christians and southern Nigeria, but they are free. But Nnamdi Kanu is detained because he is Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu has not done or said half of what Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has done or said in the media, yet he is a free man moving around with security, whereas the other one is still in detention because he is an Igbo man and his life is still threatening. Thanks for listening.